This show is sponsored in part by Miss Meow Clothing, offering quality custom clothing for the entire family. Coming soon. Brought to you by Miss Cat. Survival Mode Disengaged, hosted by Miss Cat, starts now only on Stunner Radio, the heart and soul of the culture.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Survival Mode Disengaged. It is me, your girl, Miss Cat, and I have such a phenomenal show for you today. And first of all, guys, I just want to apologize because this is not live. This is actually pre-recorded. I am actually at a financial literacy event today, but as always, I'm going to still give you what you need, okay? So thank you for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, I will collect them and we will discuss them next week live. But unfortunately, I'm not live with you guys today. But that ain't going to stop the show, okay? I have a phenomenal guest for you. I'm going to give you what you need as always. So make sure that you grab your pen, your paper, and let's dive into it. Now, as per our custom, before we roll into today's topic, I am going to take you guys on a romantic walk to the bank. And for those that don't know, because I want you guys to really be in tune with this episode, today we are going to be talking about personal credit. So last week we talked about business credit. So today we will be talking about personal credit, how to get your personal credit in order. If you not really just how to get it in order, but also what is the importance? Because a lot of people think, well, Kat, I got cash. My cash is cool. But I want to tell you today that cash is cool, but credit is king. So stay tuned. We're going to have a phenomenal guest for you guys today that's really going to break it down. But in the meantime, in between time, go ahead and grab your pen and paper and let's take that romantic walk to the bank.
Let's take a stroll and put some extra money in your pocket. Welcome to Romantic Walks to the Bank.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Miss Cat, and this is one of my favorite parts of the show where we get to take a romantic walk to the bank. Here, I'm going to show you a trick or tip on how you can earn some extra money outside of your 9-to-5. Now, it's not going to make you rich, but it's definitely going to help you put some extra funds in your pocket. So grab your pen and paper and take notes because I walk fast and you need to keep up.
Today we're talking cashback apps, and I am sharing my top 4 favorite cashback apps that earn me tons of money, tons of gift cards. And my thought process is, yes, it may take a couple extra steps to scan a receipt or to claim an offer, but I'm going to be spending that money anyways, right? So I might as well get cash back, get gift cards if I'm going to be spending the money by buying groceries, buying gas, buying tools at Home Depot, whatever it may be. I want to get a little cash back in my pocket app that you can then claim offers and scan your receipts. So you can scan your grocery receipts, your eating out receipts, your fast food, your gas receipts. You can double dip with Get Upside, your Total Wine and More, Home Depot, Lowe's, all of those different places that you're already shopping. You can upload them and then get points. And then your points will translate into gift cards. And with Fetch Rewards, you do not have to pre-clip the coupons, which is awesome. They have a bunch of offers in the app that are already in there that you can get additional points, like $3 back, $2 back. Every 1,000 points equals $1. So if it's 3,000 points, it equals $3. So you can do additional bonuses, or you can get points just for scanning a receipt, which is awesome. And if you use my code QHKBH, which is on the screen, you get 2,000 points when you upload your first receipt. So you do have to scan a receipt within 7 days of putting in the code, but once you do, you're going to get $2,000 to start you off right there, plus the bonus from scanning the receipt as well. And then with Fetch, you get gift cards, cash back, which is awesome. Rakuten is a app and it is also a desktop plugin with Chrome or a desktop browser. Rakuten, it used to be called Ebates, so sometimes I still refer to it as Ebates because I've known it as Ebates for so many years, but it is amazing. And I do have a link for you if you do want to download the app or sign up. If you use my link to sign up, you're going to get $10 bonus when you make a $25 purchase. So let me explain how this works. Is you will go through the app or the desktop version. I have videos explaining how to do this as well that I'll have linked for you. But when you go through the, let's say, desktop version and say, okay, I want to shop at walmart.com or target.com or Macy's or apple.com and I want to buy whatever it is, then you will get a cashback. It'll have a little pop-up that says, do you want to activate cashback? And you say, yes, please. And then you will activate 3% cashback or 4% cashback. I've seen it go up to, I think, 12%, 15% cashback, especially during the holidays. They do really, really good bonuses with cashback, and you can make so much money back with Rakuten. I've made over $2,000, which is amazing. It's incredible. And you're already making those purchases. So the qualifying $25 purchase, let's say that you are shopping at Target. So you're target.com and your order total needs to be above $25 to qualify for that bonus. If it's $50, that's great. If it's $30, that's great. But you just need to make sure you make a qualifying purchase through Rakuten on the site with Rakuten to get that bonus. Now with Rakuten, it's not going to cost you any more. It is the same exact website that you would be shopping from if you go through the Rakuten app or the Rakuten desktop, or if you just go without using their plugin at all. So they do not increase the price at all. You are still getting the same great deal plus cashback as well. These companies actually pay Rakuten to be featured because Rakuten drives traffic. Another cool thing that they have on the Rakuten site and in the app is you can search specific products. So if you say, okay, I want AirPods, where can I get the best deal on AirPods and get cashback on it as well? It'll pop up and it may say apple.com, Best Buy, Target, and it'll list all the different places and the prices for AirPods so that you can say, okay, this is a great deal. This is where I'm going to go. And so you can search as well for the specific product or the specific store. So definitely check out Rakuten. They're amazing. And you get a $10 bonus. That's awesome. Next is Ibotta. And Ibotta is very similar to Fetch Rewards, but a little bit different. So with Ibotta, you do have to pre-clip your coupons is the way that I word it, where you will go in before you go to the store or while you're at the store and say, okay, I'm at Target. What are the Ibotta deals that I can do? Okay, I can do 50 cents off chicken. Okay, I can do $3 off this specific bread or $2 off this cheese, whatever it may be, but they will have all of the different categories and you will have to go in and pre-select it. A couple things with this is you do have to be wary that you're not buying them just to buy them. A lot of times I found that in the beginning, I was so excited to use the app and then I was like, okay, I don't need 3 of these to get a $1 off. It's actually costing me more money than I do need in the long run. Or if you're buying generic versus name brand. A lot of times with Ibotta, you do have to buy name brand. They are doing more of any item type products. So we'll say any milk product, you can get $2 off, or any cheese or any diapers or whatever it may be. They're doing more of those because they're realizing that people do like to buy generic. But it's still a really great app that you can earn a lot of money back. Then after you finish purchasing, then you will then upload your receipt and it'll adjust and it'll see which ones you claimed and what you purchased, and then it'll give you the cash back for those in your account. Another great thing with Ibotta is they do have the gift cards, but they do have the PayPal cash out as well, which I love because I honestly prefer PayPal cash out. I want that money in my pocket versus a gift card. So that's awesome. And I do have a code for you for Ibotta to get some cash back on it as well, which is awesome. If you're wanting to.
Well, this concludes this romantic walk to the bank. I'll see you next week for another tip that can put some extra cash in your pocket.
A phenomenal guest. All right, guys. So welcome back from your romantic walk to the bank. And as you guys have been waiting, I have my phenomenal guest for this particular episode. So before we get into it, before we jump in, let me get her to just tell us who you are and, what it is that you do.
Okay, my name is Mo Havar. Mo the credit specialist. A lot of people know me and call me as Mo the credit specialist. So basically what I do is I am a credit specialist in 49 states. I do not service Georgia. I also do home lending in Texas, and I do credit repair classes. So awesome. Financial all around.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. What motivated you? How did you get started, in that particular industry?
Just like everybody else, I was like 23 years old, 24 years old, trying to buy a house. Of course, I made the money. I'm like, okay, well, let me go buy this house or whatever. When they pull my credit, I'm looking like, credit? What you mean? What's that? Like, I'm not understanding. They were like, well, you have the income, but your credit was a 535. I would not forget. It was a 535. And so I was like, well, I don't know nothing about credit. You know what I mean? They give you credit cards out of college, and you just, okay, I don't have to pay for it now, but it's going to say approved. Okay, cool. And that's how I was thinking. As Black people, we're not raised on learning about credit and things like that. The only thing I remember my mama telling me is don't get credit cards. That was it.
Yeah. And didn't explain nothing else.
Exactly. So then I, just like everyone else, I did hire someone in the area to fix my credit. Nothing happens. I'm like, I'm not paying nobody else. I'm gonna learn how to do this myself. So I did it myself, got myself up to like a 735. And like, I want to say it was a new build home. So it was like in 5 months. And I was like, I like doing this. It was so fun to see the letters come in and your credit score go up. Okay, cool. So then I started fixing my family credit. Then I started fixing people at work credit. And then my sister was like, you better stop doing that for free. Stop doing people credit for free. Like, you better start charging people. So this was back in almost 13 years ago. Okay, and I've been doing it ever since. And I became a full-time credit specialist in 2016.
Okay, awesome. So let's just talk about because there's people that obviously they look at certain things that people do and they see the money side of it, like, I'm sure you make such amount of money by doing and fixing credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But talk about the other side of the fence. Talk about the stuff like the struggle, the heartache. Like what was the journey like? Let's put it that way, of becoming Mo, the credit specialist. I'm sure that didn't just happen overnight. So tell us about that journey.
Actually, okay, when I started, the best referral is word of mouth. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when I was started doing people at my job, that's where it came from. So I'm like, okay, but let me bring it to, and I didn't even give myself the name. Somebody on Facebook was like, that. I don't even think at this time I was going by Mo. So like, that's Mo. She the credit specialist. That's Mo the credit specialist. So I'm like, okay. And that's how everybody kept referring me. So somebody actually named me, and I didn't come up with that name myself. The hurdles was like any business, you're going to have an upside and a downside. You're going to have a good season and a bad season. Everybody needs financial literacy and things like that. So as far as getting clients who needed to know credit, that wasn't the issue. As far as like, you're an entrepreneur, you have your seasons. Like our down seasons is Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. So you have your up and down season. 1 month you can make this amount. People gonna spend their money on credit, because usually during the summertime and tax season, people want to buy homes and things like that. But then you got Christmas and Thanksgiving, and nobody worry about their credit. They just trying to get the gifts for their kids. And that will be the biggest challenge of trying to keep clientele and things up during your off season. Because when you're a full-time entrepreneur, the next month income is a question mark.
Exactly. So, but it is safe to say that, one could really make 6 figures. Is that a safe thing to say? that is a six-figure business, sis?
As far as credit,
yes.
let me just say I became yes. 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 What month are we in?
We are in September? Yeah, September.
I think by June. Yeah.
Okay.
I was there. I was there.
Okay. All right.
So it is definitely a six-figure business.
Okay.
Definitely.
And that's what I like to, because what I like to see of we regular people, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it don't take much. So with this show, Survival Mode Disengaged, my goal and my mission is to help people get out of survival mode. And so the great thing about it is it's just something so simplistic of helping other people fix their credit. And in the interim, look at you winning, right? Making good money.
I would say the hardest part of an entrepreneur is you got to have that hustle mentality. A lot of people do not want to market. The only thing I can say is it is not going to come to you. You have to put yourself out there. I think I post in, about 3, 4, 5 times a day. Even if you get 0 likes, they see you. And I think that's the biggest issue with people who wanted to become entrepreneurs and make money is the marketing part.
Got you. And that's a great thing, because, a great note to make, because sometimes it's not instant gratification,
Right.
Or sometimes people are watching you to see if you're going to be consistent. Oh, let me see if she's molded the specialist next month. I'm gonna wait 1 month and follow her. You know what I'm saying? That is true. To see if
a lot of people reach out to me like, I've been following you for 3 years. I've been following you for this. And so that is very true. The consistency.
For sure. So for all my people that's on here, I'm not going to ask you to give up all your nuggets and jewels, because otherwise, look. But just for some, for those that, because last week we talked about business credit. And we do understand that with business credit, sometimes you have to personally guarantee, those lines of credit, those loans. And then you mentioned lending as well. So for those that's trying to get these houses, things of that nature, what can we do? What's some tips on how we can start, getting our credit in order? What are just some main tips that you usually would just kind of put out there?
So the main tip is, if you don't want to go through the credit repair program, that program is perfectly fine. If you do have negatives on your credit report, we definitely want to get rid of those. If you decide that you want to go ahead and pay them, make sure you talk to them and you guys agree to delete the negative after payment. Do not leave it on your credit report. Make sure it's a paid deletion. Also, another good thing is to make sure you have credit. And that means revolving accounts, as far as credit cards, store credit cards, gas cards. That's what I mean by revolving accounts. The older the account, the better. Pay your credit cards down below 30% and just make sure you make on-time payments.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and that's a good note, because a lot of people think that I got good credit because I don't have no credit. And sometimes people don't know, no credit is almost as bad as having bad credit. So guys, for those that are listening out there, you want to know how to get your credit right, what to do. First things first, you need to have some credit, right? You got to show them that you are credit worthy. And sometimes
it is definitely a financial report card.
There you go. And sometimes it's a matter, especially if you don't have any credit, it's a matter of you getting a secured card and securing your own line of credit, correct? Would that be safe to say?
Yes.
And I think Mo has some secured cards that she can help you with, to get those in order, but definitely have to have credit, mix of credit, right?
Yes.
So when you say revolving credit, those are the credit lines that keep going. So you pay
keep
them
going.
Is there any other credit that you can suggest that one would get to build?
Sometimes your bank gives you lines of credit. You can get that from your bank. You can do lines of credit. You can do store credit cards, gas cards, major credit cards. One thing I do want to print out that people do will point out, excuse me, that people say, well, I had a secure loan or I had a car. Once I paid it off, my credit score went down. That's because those are closed-end loans. Once those are done and you've paid them off, those accounts close, and basically the payment history no longer matters. So get you a Visa card, MasterCard, things like that never closes, and that is how you get it.
Perfect. Thank you for those nuggets. So outside of a mix of credit, you did mention about not 100%. So I think people misconstrue, because what I have seen and heard people do is they'll max out the credit card and they feel like, oh, well, if I pay it all back, you know what I'm saying, before the bill is due, then I should be straight. Is that a big misconception?
That is not before the bill is due. So if people want to do that, which is something that I do because I have rental car, so I use the gas card. I pay it back before the close date, not the due date. So the closing date is the day that they report it to the credit bureau. That's the day it cuts off and they report it. So if you want to pay it before it shows up on your credit report, call your company and ask them what is the closing date of that account, not the due date, which is usually 7 to 10 days before the due date.
Perfect.
And then it'll show up, you know.
I got you. So then whether you max it out or not, as long as you take care of it before it's reported, then they'll basically no harm, no foul.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, you know, basically we know that we need some revolving credit, lines of credit. We know that if we do get some credit cards, we need to keep them under 30%, or if we are going, you know, max them out, whatever, just contact the company, get the statement close date, and just make sure that you're paying off the balance before it's reported to the credit bureau. Okay, awesome. And so, you know, outside of that, what I want people to understand, and I know that since you do lending, this is definitely up your alley. Let's talk about real quick the disservice that people are doing, because the title of this show, for those that are just now tuning in, is Cash is Cool, but Credit is King, right? So a lot of people think, well, you know, hey, I got the cash. Why do I don't care about credit? Let's kind of talk about why we should, you know, care about credit, or
I got an amazing example. Okay. Right now, everybody's wanting to purchase a home. I'm going to tell you a story about a previous client. Okay. So one client I have a 730 credit score. The other client I have a 595. Okay. So the client with the 730 credit score, their interest rate is 2 points lower than the client with the 595. Also, the person who had the 730 credit score, we was able to give them lender credit where they was able to come to the table with maybe $6,000, $7,000, but their house is almost $500,000. Okay. Now the other client that had a 595, we needed to see 3 months of reserves. So their house was $350, but they had to come to the table with $15,000. So
say it again. Look, say it again for the people in the back, because that's
a good example that I can use. I'm a visual person. A lot of my clients are visual. Like, what do you mean? It's just like both of you guys have a 2021 Toyota Camry. One interest rate is 29%. If you go with a certain company, the other interest rate is 2%. So you're paying either $450 a month or you're paying $750 a month.
And sometimes we want that math to be mathing. Sometimes that math ain't
right.
mathing.
We driving the same car, but you paying $300 more. Like
exactly. And so this is why I hope for those that are tuned in, like I really hope that they are taking this knowledge. And this is the reason why I'm putting this out here, because it is costing y'all. And so what if you have the money? Like, so what? I don't care if I'm making good money. Who wants to spend extra $300-$400?
Exactly.
Who wants to go buy something and have to put 3-4 months down compared to just what, the regular fee? Like I'm sorry, I don't care how much money you make.
I agree.
Wants to do that? Who wants to do that? So
exactly.
it's time, guys. Like we a little bit too old to be walking around
with bad credit.
Yes, it's just too many resources, guys. It's just too many resources available. We just gave you a whole, just in this little short period of time, that could help boost your score. Because I've had people, who literally just went under their 30% and went from 600 something to 700 something within 30 days just by the utilization on their card. So it's little things that you can do, right? And I'm talking, but let the specialists tell us, right?
No, you're doing an amazing job. And like, even with credit, you don't want to use all your liquid assets. Liquid assets is money. You want to use somebody else's money. You never know what would happen. We just came out of a pandemic. So again, my mama always say you could have $0 in your bank account, but as long as you have good credit, you're gonna always be rich.
And that's good to note, because guess what? Like you said, liquid assets, they run out. And when we was in the pandemic, when the job shut off, what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do when you don't have access to that paycheck? Then what you gonna do? So for those that had good credit, they could pull a line of credit. They can get get access to stuff. Having good credit gives you the access, and I think people don't understand, especially if you never had that kind of access. Baby, you don't know what that lifestyle is like, and that's what we're trying to hip you to. You know what I mean? It could be, and I hate to say this, but even nowadays, everybody want to run and go get these BBLs and all this other stuff, but they got credit for that too, right? Get you some care credit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, how your whole life you can go from zero to hero.
That's it.
Having good credit, right? I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but like, literally, go get your body done, get you some money in your pocket. Like, seriously, you can literally level up.
Yes. you talking gold. And look, now when you said the BBLs, they like, okay, let me get my credit together.
For real, look, I had to say that one little line just to get people to look to be tuned in.
I mean, credit will open so many doors for individuals, for our people. It will open so many doors. So if it is, get your credit together. Get your credit. You won't have no issues getting a car, a house, none of that. So
exactly. So for those that are tuned in, those that want more information, because I know, like, a person like me, I might want some good credit, but I don't feel like doing the research. I don't feel like trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So you do have a program where you can help. So of course, in this program, guys, keep in mind that you still gonna have to do some work.
Right.
Okay, this ain't like magic and 700, 800. That's not how it works. All right. But tell us about your program that you offer for individuals who are looking to get their credit repaired, and maybe they don't have the time or just don't understand how the process works. So they want to deal with somebody to help them get it together.
Okay, so yes, I do offer a credit repair program we're going to start off with the price, and everybody want to know how much it is. For individuals, it's $350. Married couples is $500. You can split that into 2 payments. Now, the good thing is I do all the legwork for you as far as the disputing, the correct coding, the mailings. The only thing that you're responsible for is paying your bills. That is it. I do everything.
Come on, guys.
I do everything else for you. You just have to make sure you pay your bills. If I tell you to apply for this card or things of that nature, then make sure you take those steps. The program is 6 months. Okay. And during the program, I don't want you to apply for anything until I tell you to. Okay. If you already have open established credit, just pay it down. Like she stated before, less than 30%, and that's going to help your score boost. And that's it. Other than that, I will do everything for you. Just pay your bills on time.
Awesome. So this is like a step-by-step, somebody hand holding you guys. So like I said, it ain't no excuse. And she threw out the price. I'm looking like, to change your life, to get everything, that is nothing. Like, that's minimal.
Mhm.
You guys spend that on Gucci and eating out. That's
Yeah.
that's me eating out twice, y'all. Look, my butt. That's me eating out twice, right? So at
Mhm.
the end of the day, like, for real, it's time for us to invest in ourselves.
Yes.
It's time for us to care, okay? Because just because you have the cash, you don't want to keep overspending. You
That's
don't
it.
want, and you have an opportunity to basically get on the right path, and you have a specialist that's going to walk you through step by step, show
Mhm.
you what you're doing wrong, correct you, and
Mhm.
get you on the right path. There's no more excuses, guys. Now,
Right.
for my entrepreneurs out there, you know what I'm saying? For those that are looking for maybe a side hustle, maybe something to supplement their income, right? Another great thing, she has something for you as well. Talk about that program for those
I
that want to learn
do.
how to do credit.
I do teach credit repair as well. It is a full program that I will go through with you. It is one day, but it also gives you life work. So I will tell you the step by step program. And if you have any concerns after that, then you will always access to me. I will walk through your processing with all of your clients or with the clients that you need me to walk you through. We also work out of a program that basically does the work for you. Once I help you set it up, after that, the program is going to do the work for you. Okay.
All right.
You will be very knowledgeable as far as the ins and outs of credit, the codings, the proper coding that you needed in the letters and the dispute letters to make sure things are removed. And it will just be another stream of income that you can, again, like you say, make on the side or anything, or make it
Full
your,
time.
make it a full time.
Because first of all, let me just put this in another perspective for those that are
Mm-hmm.
tuned in. If you got jacked up credit, maybe you might want to join the pro. You can learn for yourself. That way, this is an ongoing thing. So if you want to repair your own credit, now you know how to do that. So you know how to keep it fixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then on top of that, then as you repair your own, you can also do this for other people. Just like Mo
Yeah.
said, when she first started, it was just friends and family. You know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
as that time progressed, the word of mouth gonna do its own thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
guys, you guys don't have to be in survival mode. You don't have to figure it out. There are things that you can do to supplement, to it don't even have to be a supplement, to get off your job, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
as we have it discussed, she ain't gonna tell y'all, but I know. Look, I know how that money look. Because what she said, I heard it. If y'all didn't catch it, she said she got a car rental company with other companies. I think your wife has
Yeah,
y'all got companies.
we have quite a few. We have quite a
Okay.
few.
So they have companies, guys. People don't get companies if they broke. Okay, so and is it safe to say? I don't want to speak on behalf of you, but is it safe to say that the credit business has opened those doors for
Yes.
those other
Yes.
opportunities?
Yes. I always say whenever I teach my credit classes, you need to, once you master credit, you need to open doors to something else. So when I master credit, I got into real estate. So
Gotcha.
that's where my credit and close come through. Like, I'm able to fix your credit, find your house, close your deal. Make sure you work with individuals that will coincide with your company. So credit, real estate, buy a house. Why not get into real estate, right?
For sure, for sure, for sure. Awesome, awesome. Well, I don't have nothing else to say. I think we said enough. Look, I think
Mhm.
that people, come on, like, we already know it's time. We in 2022 rolling into 23, guys. We don't got that much more time left in this year. So it is
Yeah.
definitely time for you guys to start investing in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and getting it together. Did you have any closing remarks or anything that you wanted to wrap it up? And of course, before we get off, I also want you, as you're closing up, if there's anything that you want to say, tell them how they can get in touch with you as well. So that way, for those that want to
Mm-hmm.
either get your credit program or learn how to do credit and get in that credit class, how can we get in touch with you?
Okay, so the closing statement is whether you're getting your credit repaired or you're doing the credit repair classes, I am going to hold your hand through the full process. One thing about me is I'm really, really big on communication. So I'm going to make sure you understand any of the processes, and I'm going to hold your hand through it. And I'm so easy to get in touch with.
Okay.
So easy.
How we get in touch with you?
So you can call me, you can call me or text me, 281-889-0133. You can look me up on Facebook, Mo Havard, and it's HAV as in Victor, ARD, or Mo Havard 2. I have 2 pages because my first one's full. And my email address is credit repair services with an S 123@gmail.com. And I answer really quickly if it's within normal business hours.
Okay, cool. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your
expertise. You for having me.
And, thank you so much for just helping us to educate the people. Because I think that, the lack of knowledge is the reason why we perish.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being a resource. Y'all go follow Mo the Credit Specialist, because I will tell you that you can learn a great deal just by following her. She's posting great content, keeping you guys in the loop. But if you need your credit repaired, Mo is the person for you. All right.
I got you.
Yeah, she's gonna take care of y'all. So guys, hold your seat. Don't leave us. We're going to get into a quick break real quick. But thank you, Mo, for
you're welcome. Thank you.
To this show today. And we're going to stay connected with you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Are you sick of steroid creams, water-based products, and products full of toxins? We have great news for you. Lizzie's all-natural products creates fresh, natural, toxin-free products for your home and body, offering products made with real, pure, simple, plant-based ingredients that are good for your skin from head to toe. Lizzie's believes that everyone deserves to have access to quality, affordable, and natural products. Visit www.productsbylizzie.com for more information, and be sure to use the promo code STUNNER at checkout. You can't depend on GoFundMe, so go fund you. Jerome Addison breaks it down now on Survival Mode Disengaged.
All right, so we're back. Another segment with Go Fund You with my guy Jerome Addison from Newson Insurance. And so last week, what did we talk? We were talking about mindset. We were talking about going, right? Because
moving, getting out of a standstill position.
Right. So this week we want to talk about the fund.
Okay.
And Go Fund You.
That's
okay.
Right.
All right. So start us off. Jerome, what we got?
Well, I think last week's last segment was so powerful because you ignited the people. Mm-hmm. They had to move. So, but when you move, what do you do? So I don't know what to do. I had to figure out what to do. So it was go fund.
Yeah.
So now we go. Now we're gonna fund. So how do we fund? How do we fund us? So now we have to look at the things when you go into looking at what is fund. What is actually fund? So many people sometimes they look at fund as fund, someone giving me to create a fund. When we look at fund, a fund is a sum of money or other resources whose principal interest is a part of a specific reason.
Okay.
So we know a fund. So you have to have a specific reason why you want to fund you.
Now, you know what? That's powerful right there. And I really hope and pray that these people are catching this. So in order for you to fund yourself, you got to know why you want to fund yourself in the first place. What are you trying to fund, right? Getting your financial house in order. What, and then let me just go back. So you can't even have your financial house in order if you don't even know what the house.
You can't even have a house.
We don't even know what type of house we building,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So that's a great thing. So I think the thing that people have to really get out of this is that in order for you to fund yourself, we must know what we're funding. What are we trying to fund?
And I think that is so powerful and it's actually a pivot point in one's life. once you decide what am I trying to fund. In most cases, we look at fund as money, but the other part of that was what? Resources. If you have money but no resources, if you have resources but no money, but when you have money and resources, and in most cases we are the source, and then you put we become the resource. So if we are the source of our well-being, then we become the resource. So that means that we're going to rely on ourselves. And so that means that everything that we do, it must be a benefactor for what we're trying to fund. And to identify what you're funding, then that would give you a goal and a mission. You must always have a target that you want to hit. If you don't have no target, what would you hit?
Exactly. And that's some great that's a great perspective, and I hope that people are catching that. So like, even in I guess putting in layman's terms in real life, you know, like me personally, I'm a single parent, you know, of two. You know, so I'm an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
So my financial house is set up differently than a person that's working a 9 to 5.
And if we go to talk about that, let's go back to say entrepreneur. We have to understand and break things down to where, you know, you have an employed person, a self-employed person, and an entrepreneur. In most cases, when you're trying to fund something, you have an employee mindset, but you're trying to fund something as an entrepreneur. It don't work.
Gotcha.
Or if you're self-employed, so we have to figure out what level we're at. And if we're at a level of just an employee, fund yourself as an employee and move to self-employed, and from self-employed to entrepreneur. But when you understand the fundamental of how to fund those accounts, that's when the revelation comes in, and that's when you actually start having momentum behind yourself.
Great point. So guys, we're gonna wrap this segment up for this week, but I want you guys to really take note. In order for you to fund in order to fund yourself, you must be cognizant of your financial house and the pieces that actually go into it. So we're going to catch you guys next week, but y'all stay tuned. And if they want us to get in touch, how do they get in touch with you, Jerome?
That email address is going to be jma@newsomsinsurance.com. And again, that's jma@newsoms, NEWSOMES, insurance, spelled all the way out.com.
We'll see you next week.
If you live in Houston and surrounding areas and are in need of quality childcare, contact Cuckoo's Treasures today. We provide professional childcare in a caring and nurturing environment. Do you work second or third shift or don't have a typical schedule? Cuckoo's Treasures can assist you. We're open 24 hours and some weekends. Give us a call today at 346-313-9064. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Well, that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. I hope that this episode has blessed you. I hope that it has given you some value. I just want to help you guys break the chain. I want to help you guys get out of survival mode. So I hope that we are one step closer through this episode of helping you achieve some form of financial freedom. I hope that you got some great value out of this. Now, I'm going to ask of a favor. I don't ask y'all for much. I'm giving y'all all this stuff. I need y'all to give me something, okay? Every week I am here, 1:00 on the dot, giving you guys some value, some nuggets, some jewels, some gems. I'm just asking that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Join us here so that way we can share this with as many people as will listen to us, okay? We don't want to be selfish with this information. We want everybody to be able to benefit and get this information. So please share this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the pages, stunnerradio.com, where you can find this show exclusively. But we ask that you guys share this knowledge, share this information with your friends, family, and colleagues, okay? And meet me here. Bring pen and paper. Bring a conversation. Let's make this thing interactive because I'm doing this for you guys, all right? So it's been a privilege and a pleasure to have another episode. I can't wait to see you guys next week with another phenomenal special guest. But in the meantime, guys, you guys have already survived. Now it's time to live. I'll see you next week.
This show is sponsored in part by Miss Meow Clothing, offering quality custom clothing for the entire family. Coming soon, brought to you by Miss Cat.